children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and studying well. So children, do you know that for us humans to survive, for any living organism to survive, air, water, food, everything is very important. They are like the basic needs or basic reasons for any human being to or any living organism to survive. We've already spoken about food, we have spoken about air. Now it's time to talk about water and its forms in this chapter. Alright, so we are going to look at the sources of water, we are going to talk about drinking water, we are going to talk about safe water, okay, forms of water and water cycle. Okay, so let's relate. Do you save water at home and how? Write down some steps that you follow to save water. So what are the different steps, okay, that you take in order to save water, okay, is what you have to mention. So children, we all know that water is one of the most important things all living things need to live. Okay, we cannot survive without water. It makes life possible. We need water for drinking, for bathing, for cooking, for washing, etc. Plants need water to make food. Animals need water for drinking and for bathing. Okay, so children, water has a lot of importance in our life. We use it not only for drinking but for so many activities. Okay, not only us, even the plants require water, even the animals need water. Alright, so now act on and write the name of activity for which water is being used. Okay, now she is washing clothes, is planting the, is watering the plants, is bathing, and she is cooking food. So we need water for all these activities. Okay, so first activity is washing clothes, second is watering plants, third is bathing, and fourth is cooking. Alright, now where does this water come from? What is the source of water? Okay, rain is the main source of water. The rainwater we see on the surface is called surface water. So the rain falls from the clouds. When it comes to the surface, it is known as the surface water. Now this surface water, it is filled inside the ponds, lakes, streams, rivers and seas. Okay, some rainwater goes deep into the ground. Okay, and this is called as the groundwater. When it seeps in and goes deep down inside the ground, it is known as the groundwater. Okay. Now, people dig wells and use tube wells and hand pumps to pump out this groundwater. So now people can use that groundwater. It is very pure. Okay, but how do they extract it? They extract it through by digging wells and using tube wells and hand pumps. Okay. Now, during the summer, the snow melts on mountains and water flows into the lakes, ponds, etc. People living on hills use this water. It is the pure form of water. Okay, it is come from the glaciers. Okay, the rain after the rainfall, when the snow comes, snow is formed only when the rain and the extreme cold come into contact with each other. The snow is formed, and then when during the summers the snow melt, it turns back into the water, and this water is used by the people living in the hilly areas. Okay. Now, sometimes there is an outlet of groundwater due to overflow onto the land surface. This is called a spring. We can also obtain water from it. Okay. So, sometimes there is an outlet of groundwater due to overflow. So, that's when we see the springs. Okay, or waterfalls as we call. We also build dams and canals to use surface water. We can also make an artificial lake by masonry or dams built across rivers. These are called reservoirs. Okay. Now, let's talk about drinking water. Water from rivers, ponds and lakes, they may not be always clean. We human beings tend to pollute it also. Okay, there are so many activities that take place by the lakes or by the rivers or by the ponds. Okay, so apart from that, we can't use seawater because it is very salty. Okay, so if we drink polluted water containing germs, dust, etc., we may fall sick. it is very important that the water we drink and use for other purposes must be clean. Okay, so it's very important to drink clean water. Water that is safe for drinking is called potable water. Okay, we can keep it in pots and save it for drinking purposes. It is called potable water. Okay, water that is not safe for drinking is called non-potable water. Okay, now water is purified before it reaches our house. So, we purify the water, it is filtered, it is cleaned before it reaches our houses. This happens in the water plants. Okay, it is sent to our house through pipes from a big tank. Okay, boiling and filtering can also clean water and kill germs present in it. So, fact check: chlorine tablets are put into the water to purify it. Okay, and we should store water in clean and closed containers. So, children in the swimming pool, you must have seen that they put chlorine in that water. Why is it that they do that? They do it to purify the water. There are so many people who swim in the general swimming pools and also many people swim. So, in order to purify the water, they use chlorine. Okay, and that's when the water gets purified and cleaned. Okay, now we should always save the water and store it into closed containers. Put a lid on the water, okay, that you have filled into the buckets or maybe the big tubs or the big drums, and also on the vessels there where you've stored it, or in the bottles also. Always cover it with the lid so that the germs don't enter the water. Okay. Now, have you ever observed a day when you didn't see any use of water at your home? Write the names of such activities which you can't even think, okay, or can happen without water. So, when somebody says that there is no water coming out of the tap, don't you get anxious about it? Okay, don't you get worried? Okay, because water is required for everything that we do, okay, on a daily basis. So, there is not even a single day that can happen without water. Okay. So, we need water to clean the house, we need water to cook food, we need water to wash our utensils, to wash our clothes. Okay. We need water to drink. Alright. Now, explore around. Water is present in many drinks. Name a drink which you take to remove your thirst. Okay. Also, write how that drink is made in the space given below. So, name of the drink and how it is made. So, sometimes we add flavors to the water. Okay, and then we enjoy that drink. So, tell us which drink do you like to make the most, okay, and what are the things that you add. Alright, it can be a juice as well. Alright, now let's talk about the different methods by which we can save water. Okay, water is very precious. We must not waste it. We can save water by some of these ways. Store rainwater in bucket or tank. Use rainwater for watering plants or cleaning. Turn off the taps after using. Get repair the leaking taps. So, when the rain falls, take your buckets out and fill water in that or in the tanks, and then you can use that water for cleaning the house, for watering the plants and all. Okay? You have to turn off the tap when you're not using it. Some people tend to leave the tap open while brushing. You can, you brush your teeth and then open the tap and wash your mouth. Okay. Now, if the taps are leaking, get them repaired. Okay. The person who repairs the taps is called a plumber. Okay. Now, wash fruits and vegetables in a container with water and not under running water. Okay. Use your leftover water for plants or any other household work like cleaning, washing, etc. Take a bath with a bucket rather than a shower. Okay. So, instead of keeping the tap open and washing the vegetables and fruits, you can put them in a container and then you can wash it with lesser water, okay, and still clean them. Okay. Now, the leftover water sometimes which is there from the containers, you can use it for plants or you can use it for cleaning and washing stuff. Okay. At the same time, instead of taking a shower bath, you can always fill water in a bucket and take a bath. That saves more water. Alright. Now, act on. How can you reuse water for different purposes? Like we can use rainwater. How? We can collect it in the buckets and use it for watering the plants and all. How can we reuse the water which is used to wash the utensils? Okay. We can reuse it to after washing the utensils, so whatever water is left over, you can use it for plants and for cleaning purposes. All right, now explore around. Take help from any adult of your family. The adult person will help you to open the overhead tank kept at your rooftop. Try to see if the tank is clean or not. If there is some mud settled at the bottom, it means the tank is dirty and needs to be cleaned. So, you can always go and check the water tank which is kept on the rooftop with an elder, and if it needs cleaning, you can ensure that the elder person goes and gets it clean from the right person or the plumber. Okay? Now, let's talk about the different forms of water. The ice, okay, it is the solid form of water. The water changes into ice upon cooling. This is called freezing. So, when we store water into the freezer of the fridge, it turns into ice. Okay? The water we drink is the liquid form of water. Okay? So, it is liquid. The water that we drink is liquid. Ice changes into water on heating. Okay? This is called melting. So, even if you keep it outside, it will start melting. Okay? That is because it comes in contact with the heat in the atmosphere. Okay. When we boil water, steam comes out. Steam is the gaseous form of water, which is also known as water vapor. It gets mixed with the air in the environment or in the atmosphere. You see that water changes into water vapor on heating. This change, when water changes to water vapor, is known as evaporation. Okay? And when water vapor changes into water upon cooling, then this change is called condensation. So, the steam that comes out of the water, it is the water vapor. Okay? That process is known as evaporation, and when the steam settles down, it is known as condensation. Okay? Now, act on. Complete the water story. Hello, I am a droplet of water. I keep changing my forms. When you put me in the freezer, I become ice, I-C-E. When you take the latter form out, I come into dash form again, liquid, L-I-Q-U-I-D. Okay. When you boil me, you will find dash coming out of me. It's the steam, S-T-E-A-M. All right. Now, let's look at the water cycle. Okay. What is this water cycle? It is the changes of water, okay, changes of forms of water, okay, that can also be seen in the nature. Okay. The heat of the sun evaporates the water of lakes, rivers, ponds and seas. Okay. Now, this water changes into water vapor and it rises up in the air in the sky. These vapors, when they cool down, they form tiny droplets of water. These droplets join together to form clouds. Inside the clouds, these water droplets join together to form bigger drops of water. And now, they become heavy and the clouds can't hold them any longer. So, they fall down as rain. So, what happens is the heat of the sun, it heats the rivers and the lakes and the ponds and the seas, and from there the water vapor comes. Okay. The water vapor goes up in the air. Okay. And then it starts forming what? It starts forming the clouds. Now, from the clouds, these vapors, when they cool down, okay, tiny droplets of water fall down on the surface of the earth. Okay. Now, these droplets, when they join together, they form bigger clouds. And when these water droplets join together, they form bigger drops of water, and then these drops of water, these clouds, they become heavy. Okay, and they cannot hold any more water. It starts coming down on the surface in the form of rain. Okay. So, this is known as the water cycle. All right. And there are different terms involved in this, different processes involved in this. There is evaporation, there is condensation, there is precipitation, okay, which happens, there is runoff and percolation. Okay. Now, rainwater again flows into rivers, lakes, ponds and seas. This water gets evaporated again to form clouds, and thus the water cycle continues in the nature. So, evaporation leads to evaporation followed by condensation. When there is heat in the air, precipitation starts. Okay, precipitation means also the water starts falling in the form of tiny droplets. Okay, and then the water which falls from the clouds comes through the hills, which is a runoff, or on the plains. Okay. Now, this is like a water cycle, it continuously keeps happening. Alright. Now, gist of the chapter. Water is the most important thing for all living things. Rain is the main source of water. Water that is safe for drinking is potable water, and the one that is not safe for drinking is non-potable water. Water is very precious. We must not waste it. Water has three forms: solid, liquid and gases. Okay. Change of form of water can be seen in nature, and it is called water cycle. Alright. Now, term back. Surface water. What is surface water? Rainwater which gets collected on the surface of the earth. Okay. What is a groundwater? It's the rainwater which seeps down the surface of the earth. Okay. Freezing. Freezing means to harden into ice. And steam or water vapor is the vapor into which water is changed. Water cycle is change of forms of water in nature. Alright, now it's time to evaluate you guys. Alright, A. Take the correct option. Which of the following activities does not need water? Cleaning, bathing or writing? For writing, we don't need water for writing. Okay. Which of these is not a source of water? Water tub, river or pond? It's the water tub. Which of these would you use to store water? Shower, bucket or cup? Bucket. Okay, which of these animals can stay without water for several days? Elephant, cat or camel? It's the ship of the desert, camel. Which of these would you use to make water fit for drinking? Filter paper, tap or water filter? Water filter. Alright, now fill in the blanks with the correct words. Plants need water to make food. Dash and dash are digged to pump out groundwater. Okay, what is it? Hand pumps and wells. Polluted water contains germs and dust. Okay, we can't use seawater because it is salty. The water changes into dash on cooling. It changes into ice, and droplets join together to form clouds. Alright, now match the following columns. Groundwater, tube well. Non-potable water has germs in it. Surface water. Okay, surface water is the water which is stored in rivers. Okay, potable water we use for drinking. Dam is a reservoir, and safe water means to store rainwater. Alright, now write T for true and F for false statements. Rain is the main source of water. Absolutely true. Okay, now we should not use water to put out fire. Is it true or false? It is false. Okay. Water is used only for drinking. No, false. It is used for many other purposes. Boiling water kills the germs inside it. True. We must keep rivers, ponds and lakes clean. Absolutely true. Unscramble the names of the following. Okay, first is drinking, D-R-I-N-K-I-N-G. Second is a river, R-I-V-E-R. Third is a spring, S-P-R-I-N-G. Okay, then what is this? This is a canal, C-A-N-A-L. Okay, this is water filter, W-A-T-E-R-F-I-L-T-E-R. Okay, these are clouds, C-L-O-U-D-S. Alright, now answer the following questions. What are the major sources of water? The main source of water is rain. Apart from that, we get water, okay, through rivers, lakes, ponds. Okay. Next, differentiate between surface water and groundwater. Surface water is the water which is on the surface of the land, okay, like rivers, ponds, lakes and all. Groundwater is the water which is stored inside the ground, like which can be dug out through tube wells or through hand pumps or through the process of wells. Alright. Define this following. Spring is the surface water that flows down. Okay. Reservoir is the water which is like an artificial water which is created, okay, using dams and all. Okay. Potable water is the water which is safe for drinking. How can we clean water? We can clean water by boiling it or by using water filters. Okay. List 3 ways how you can save water. We can collect the rainwater and use it for planting the watering the plants, or we can use them for cleaning the houses. We can second use of water can be we can save water by not leaving the taps open and getting the taps repaired if there is any tap which is leaking. Okay. And thirdly, you can save water by taking a bath using a bucket, okay, by filling a bucket instead of using a shower. Alright. Now, explain water cycle. Now, water cycle is when the heat of the sun evaporates the water from the lakes and ponds and seas and all, okay, which changes into water vapor. It rises up in the air, okay, in the sky. Now, when these vapors cool down, they form tiny droplets of water. Now, these droplets, they form clouds, and these clouds, okay, when they are joined together to form bigger clouds, and when they get heavy and the clouds can't hold any more water, they start falling down as rain. Okay, and this cycle keeps on continuing. Alright, now that is known as the water cycle. Alright, now next is fun zone. Find out the words related to water from the crossword puzzle. Okay, you have to find these words like ice, potable, gas, hand pumps, pond, spring, tap, well, lake. Alright, now field activity. Get up early in the morning and go for a walk in the garden or a park. You will see tiny droplets of water on the grass and leaves of the tree. This happens because the water vapor present in the air comes in contact with these objects and gets cooled. Hence, we see drops on leaves in morning. We also call them dewdrops. Alright, now life skills and values. Tick the sentences which tell good habits and cross for bad habits. Okay. Arohi brushes her teeth with the tap on. It's a bad habit, so cross it. Reena waters the plants with rainwater she collected. It's a good habit, put a tick mark. Dairyman washes his cow and buffalo in the river. Very bad, so put a cross. Okay. Uncle Tan's factory never throws their waste in river. That's a good habit, put a tick mark. Ira's mother drinks half glass of water and throws the rest. It's a bad habit, cross it. Sahil takes bath in a shower daily. It's a bad habit, cross it. Okay. Now discuss about the ways to prevent the wastage of water. So tell us how you can avoid wasting water. You can take the hint from all these life skills and values that we've learned. Alright, now hustle and bustle. Here is a game to learn that each drop of water is important for us. We need 5 players, a tub and 5 bowls. Fill a tub with water. Give each player a bowl and a sponge. The player will use the sponge to transfer the water from the bucket to the bowl. The timing for the game is 1 minute. Ask an elder to help in noticing the time. At the end of 1 minute, the player will have to stop transferring the water. Then the bowl of each player will be measured with a glass. Ask an elder to help you to do this, and the child who has collected the maximum water will be the winner. That's a fun game to play in a minute. Alright children, before you play this fun game, all you need to do is reread the chapter, okay? Try to save as much water as possible, okay? Complete all the exercises and then get onto this activity. So get going.